spending 3 hours staring at a blank Google Doc trying to write one blog post you're not even sure anyone will read. That used to be Tuesday. Now, with free ChatGPT, that same post gets drafted in under 20 minutes, edited to match your voice, and sent to a paying client before lunch. And the wild part? You don't need to be a writer. You don't need experience. You just need to know what to ask for. Let's start with the money question, because it matters. A lot of people assume content writing means blogging for pennies. And yeah, that world exists. But it's not the world we're talking about. Right now, small businesses, local restaurants, real estate agents, gym owners, online coaches are desperate for someone to write their email newsletters, their Instagram captions, their website copy, their weekly blog posts. They don't have time. They don't want to learn how to do it. They'll pay someone who just handles it. We're talking anywhere from $50 for a short piece to $300 or more for a full blog post or email sequence, depending on the client and what you're delivering. Freelance platforms like Fiverr and Upwork are full of these gigs. So are Facebook groups for local businesses, Reddit communities, and even a simple cold DM to a business you already follow online. Here's the thing people miss. Clients aren't paying for the words. They're paying for the result. They want more customers. They want to look professional. They want their inbox to stop haunting them. If you can deliver that, nobody's asking what tools you used. That's where ChatGPT changes everything. Free ChatGPT, the version anyone can access at chat.openai.com without paying a single dollar, is genuinely capable of producing first drafts that are better than what most people write on their own. Not because it's magic, because it's been trained on an enormous amount of real writing. And it's fast. Embarrassingly fast. The skill isn't writing anymore. The skill is knowing how to direct it. That's what we're going to cover. Okay, so most people open ChatGPT and type something like, "Write me a blog post about yoga." And they get back something that's technically correct and completely forgettable, generic. Could have been written about any yoga studio on earth. Clients can feel that. They won't pay for that. The fix is so simple it almost feels like cheating. You give ChatGPT a role, a reader, a goal, and a voice. 4 things. That's it. Here's what that looks like in practice. Say you're writing for a local gym. Instead of write a blog post about working out, you type something like, "You are a fitness writer for a friendly, no-judgment gym in Austin, Texas. Write a 600-word blog post for people who haven't exercised in years and feel embarrassed about starting." The goal is to make them feel welcome and give them one simple tip to get started. Keep the tone warm, casual, and encouraging. Read that back. You gave it a persona. You described the reader. You said what the piece needs to do. You defined the vibe. ChatGPT now has something to work with, and what comes back is going to be genuinely usable, often with only light editing. This works for Instagram captions, email newsletters, product descriptions, LinkedIn posts, website about pages. Same approach every time. Role, reader, goal, voice. Actually, hang on. The voice part is worth spending an extra second on. If your client has existing content anywhere, copy a sample of it, paste it into ChatGPT, and say, "Match this tone." That one move makes everything feel less like AI and more like them. Clients love that. It's also why they keep coming back to you instead of just doing it themselves. And if this is the kind of thing you want more of, Stack Future drops one of these every day. Subscribe so you don't miss them. Here's where this starts to feel less like a side hustle and more like an actual system. Most content writers charge per piece, which is fine. But the faster move is to show clients that one piece of content can become 5, and that you'll handle all of it. Walk through this. You write a blog post for a client. That blog post has a main idea, a few supporting points, and a conclusion. ChatGPT can take that same post and spin it into 3 different Instagram captions, one for each key point. It can pull out a quote to use as a stand-alone graphic. It can summarize the whole thing into a short email to send to subscribers. It can rewrite the intro as a LinkedIn post, 5 pieces of content, 1 original idea, maybe an extra 20 minutes of work. You go back to the client and say, I can write your weekly blog post and repurpose it into your social content for the week, all in one package. That's not a hard sell. That's solving a real problem they already have. The prompt for this is easy, too. You paste the original post into ChatGPT and say, based on this blog post, write 3 Instagram captions, 1 short email newsletter, and 1 LinkedIn post. Keep the tone consistent with the original. Done. You tweak whatever needs tweaking. You send it over. Clients who are paying $75 for a blog post will often pay $150 or $200 for the whole package. Not because the work doubled, it didn't, but because the value did. They're not piecing things together from 5 different directions anymore. You're handing them a week of content in one go. That's the pitch. That's the model. And free ChatGPT makes it actually doable. This stops a lot of people. No portfolio, no experience, so why would anyone hire you? Here's what actually works. Write something for them before they ask. Pick a local business you genuinely like. A coffee shop, a gym, a bookstore, a small online brand. Go look at their Instagram or their website. Find something that's a little flat, a little outdated, or just clearly never got much love. Write a better version of it using ChatGPT. Polish it, make it good. Then reach out and say something like, hey, I'm a content writer who works with small businesses. I wrote a sample Instagram caption for you based on your current feed. I thought it might fit your vibe. Happy to send it over if you're curious. That's not pushy. That's useful. And a surprising number of people say yes just out of curiosity. Once they see the sample, the conversation becomes easy. You're not asking them to take a leap of faith. They've already seen what you do. You can do this exact same move on Fiverr too. New sellers without reviews can write sample posts for fictional businesses in whatever niche they want to work in. Post them as portfolio pieces and start getting orders. It's not deceptive. It's just showing what you can do before someone pays you to prove it. The barrier here is never really skill. It's the willingness to start before you feel ready. ChatGPT handles the heavy lifting on the skill side. The rest is just showing up. If there's one thing worth holding on to from all of this, it's that the tool is free and the learning curve is genuinely short. Most people overcomplicate this. The formula is simple. Tell ChatGPT who it's writing for, what the piece needs to do, and what tone to use. Everything else is just practice. You don't need a writing degree. You don't need a portfolio on day one. You need a free account, a business that needs content, and the confidence to send something over. Start with 1 client, 1 piece, 1 prompt. See what comes back. You'll be surprised. And speaking of surprising ways to make money with AI, tomorrow's video is one you genuinely don't want to miss. We're breaking down how to use free ChatGPT to